Hello everyone and welcome once again to the weekly wrap June the 12th 2011, brought to you by Forex Live today. Alright, we're going to stick to the majors today because we had a theme last week, towards the end of the week especially, being strength for the dollar. Early in the week we had some comments by Ben Bernanke which were quite bearish and weakened the dollar initially, but as we can see from the euro here, we started out the week ranging. Now last week we were talking about this perhaps being an ABC correction from the uptrend. Well, this week we've failed to up here make a new high. We only got to about 147, which was defended, and we didn't reach the new high. And towards the end of the week the euro sold off quite sharply. Once again, Trichet got the ball rolling with some of his comments, the ECB press conference. So it seems these days, with no interest rate changes to speak of, the Reserve Bank presidents are, using their press conference perhaps to move these markets. So yes, started out the week ranging, and this is where it shows you have to be flexible when you're trading. Perhaps you have a strategy where you're a long-term trader, but personally I find when it starts ranging like this, it's time to switch to some 5-minute charts, something like that. See if you can find an intraday trend to trade, and then once the sell-off begins, then there's some money to be made there. So the euro weakened towards the end of the week, and we're talking about this failure to make a new high. So we've got minor resistance where the euro closed on Friday. Any downward pressure, we would expect that to go, and then there is some stronger resistance down below from an old top back here last year. So once that goes, then you would be looking for these lower numbers here. Dollar Swiss. So as you can see, all week we had 5 up days in a row. First time that's happened in a while, a few months there. And although it has not gained much ground, there are signs of some dollar strength. The problem is that the Swiss franc is so strong at the moment that it's difficult to make any headway. So once again, initially we're looking for this 50 SMA as a target. If you found resistance at this 50 SMA, the trade would be short. If it can break through 50 SMA, you start to look again for these breaks of these highs. Once again, 89, 89.50 is still key, so it's still a long way off for dollar Swiss. Cable, not a good week for cable. Again, we had some range trading early in the week. We had a down day, up day, and a couple of down days. So we're back where we started at the beginning of the week by Thursday night, but then Friday, once again, when there was the dollar strength, equity markets sold off heavily, and then people go straight to the US dollar. Actually, if you check the website Forex Live today, just this week I've updated it with an article on risk, and we talk about looking at the equity markets and the VIX, to help you decide where the risk is in the market and what to do. We talk about reserve currencies, safe currencies, risky currencies, all that type of thing. So check out the article if you want to find out about risk, because towards the end of this week it was a lot to do with fear and risk. When the SP 500 breaks key supports, people generally go for the dollar. There's some other indicators to look for as well, but you'll often find that they are correlated. So weakness for cable, and once again this failure after a correction to make a new high. You're now looking for a new low, and this will signify a true change in the long-term trend. Finally, dollar yen. Now last week we were talking about this perhaps being a long, However, we said there was some further room to the downside, and it worked out just like that. So it weakened further, hit this trend line, and bounced. You'll see that there was not the strength for the dollar against the yen as there was against the pound and the euro. The same with dollar Swiss, not as much strength against those other safer currencies. So once again, there is further potential for the upside. If you did get in on this trend line, well, then you can get your stop up to break even, and then your target would possibly be these MAs, which are starting to break apart a little bit now, so they will form some resistance on the way up. But once again, we have this range that dollar yen has been trading, let's call it this, apart from the spikes either way. So there looks like another 200 or so pips to the upside possible there. So that's the currencies for this week. Good luck trading next week. Look out for that news, as we always mention on the website. News is really moving the markets at the moment, and not so much figures, but speeches, any misplaced words. This week in the Euro speech, there was talk of strong vigilance. If he mentions the word strong vigilance, that means he's looking to increase rates next month. But some of the other words that he used indicated that they were still closely monitoring the monetary policy. So while he was speaking, the euro shot up and then immediately tanked. So yes, be careful around news time. That's it for me. See you all next week, and bye bye for now.